what's going on, everyone? So this past weekend I went to Black Mountain Off-Road Park in Harlan, Kentucky. So this trip was just a couple of us guys getting together to go wheeling. The Hummer Club Inc. does actually put on an event every year here at Black Mountain, so if you're interested in going in the future, go ahead and check out their website for event dates. But anyway, once we got there, we unloaded the rigs, and the next day we were ready to go wheeling. So we drove out to the park, only about 15 minutes away from the hotel. Then we went ahead and started airing down our tires. Then of course you need a park pass, so we went ahead and all bought one of those, and we were ready to hit the trail. So for this trip we had 4 rigs. So leading the trail was Mike with his H3 Alpha on 35s. He's been to this park a number of times before, so he was showing us around. Then we got Jody with his H2 on 40s. Then you got my dad's H3 with 37s, and my H3 on 38s. After doing some trail riding, we went ahead and did a optional rock obstacle. I was really excited to try this out because I had just installed my new camera system and it helps me to see what's going on outside the vehicle. So my dad went first and needed a spotter the whole time to get through this, and then I went ahead and was able to make it through with no help from a spotter. Shouldn't he? Yeah, you should take a left here, right? Or right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I didn't want him to go in there.
Yeah, no, that gets a little steep then. After that, we continued to make our way up the mountain. We reached a clearing near the top of the mountain and decided to stop for a little bit to have some lunch. Had to get out the drone to take some shots of this incredible scenery. Continuing on with the trail, we climbed further up the mountain. We went ahead and checked out this really amazing vantage point up where the power lines are. I gotta say, seeing this view in person was absolutely incredible. Me showing you guys this on video just doesn't do it justice about how high up you are and how much you can see around you. It's just something you have to see in real life to fully appreciate. But the view was absolutely incredible. But after that, we went ahead and headed back down. So while we were going back down the mountain, my dad was having a tough time trying to get his H3 to turn around, and he thought he had lost reverse. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just let the video play out.
Yeah, like it doesn't want to go in reverse.
Uh-oh.
Right here, it's just spinning when it turns.
Yeah, turn it.
Do a little bit more. Now back up.
Oh yeah, look at that. So good news, you didn't destroy your transmission. Bad news, I think you broke a CV axle.
Yeah, your shaft was spinning, but no action to your wheel. Okay. We go back out this way. We can head out. He's got a busted CV. Plus, it's not wanting to go in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, the
shaft was turned, but no action to the wheel.
Yeah, it's the outer boot. That's where it's not turning. So even though nothing looked damaged, the outer joint on the CV axle inside the boot had snapped. So basically the inner part of the CV axle was still spinning, but it wasn't actually delivering any power to the wheels. So this isn't good because my dad's front axle has a open diff. And if you were to put any resistance at all on the other tire that didn't have a broken CV axle, you would just be sending power to the wheel with the broken CV axle. So effectively, now you only have two-wheel drive, and that's why my dad was having trouble trying to back up. But anyway, we decided to head back to the hotel parking lot so we could go ahead and change out the CV axle. Luckily, it was pretty easy to get off the trail because all we had to do was drive back down the mountain. There wasn't too many obstacles in the way there, so that made it very easy. The reason why the CV axle broke in the first place is my dad actually had a cheap aftermarket one instead of a OEM one. Funny enough, this aftermarket CV axle was brand new. He had put it in just before we went on this trip, so this was actually the first time using it, and it broke. So if you're going off-road, I always recommend you get GM Genuine / AC Delco CV axles and not any aftermarket brand ones. The OEM ones just hold up a lot better and are stronger than the aftermarket ones. But anyway, we were able to get my dad's CV axle changed out, and he was all good to go. So moving on to the second day, we do some more challenging things. First day was just kind of trail riding and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that footage play out.
There you go. But you got some news, so I don't know. No. Don't like grass. Don't like grass. Come down. So hold the wheels right there. Back up a little more. Just a little more. A little more. A little more.
Nail it.
Hit it. I got it. What I said. Come on. Good job.
So both my dad and I wanted to try this optional mud pit. Mike, the trail leader, said he had seen people get stuck here in the past, so to prepare for that, we attached a recovery strap to our H3s preemptively. Oh, did it die? Well, it was a foot right there. It's not that deep on this side. It's coming up only half to your wheel. To the other side, that's where you're stuck. On the right side, you've accumulated a lot of mud there. So I'm not exactly sure what it was, but my dad's H3 started to make another clicking noise. Not sure if it was the CV axle, the front diff, or the front drive shaft, something like that. But yeah, it was making some kind of clicking sound, so we decided to take it easy for the rest of the day. And then we started to head back to the hotel parking lot. So that concludes our weekend Black Mountain trip. A huge thanks to Mike for putting this trip together and helping out with some of the filming, and to Jesse by spotting us this weekend. Overall, this was a really fun trip. Just another reminder that the Hummer Club Inc. does do an event every year at Black Mountain, so if you like what you saw in this video and you do have a Hummer, it'd be great to have you out here. Even if you live farther away and would need to travel a good distance to get here, it's definitely worth it. For me personally, this trip to Black Mountain was an 11-hour drive one way, so check out the Hummer Club Inc.'s website for future events. But anyway, I will see you later.